Today, our champion, Janet Poch of Concord, New Hampshire, faces the challenge of Shireene LaFortune of North Harwich, Massachusetts, on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and speaking for the whole crew, we're sure glad you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts. It's 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, which you know, and you also know that it's total pinfall, which determines our winner. Each of our bowlers takes home a permanent souvenir with her name inscribed on it and the date of her performance on our program, provided by Din Brothers of Boston and Holyoke. Each will take home guaranteed prize money. $700 goes to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. And, of course, when they tie a string, we split that at $25 apiece. Several other opportunities for our bowlers to make some bonus money, and I'm sure that they will take some away. I'll tell you, Janet is doing pretty well in that department already. All right. Let's talk to today's bowler, shall we? And we'll talk to somebody who's been hiding for a little while, huh?
Yeah. I figured it'd be better this time around.
Okay. Another Cape Codder, huh? You and me, huh? You know, I have to ask you this because so many people say, that's such an unusual name, Shireene. Where did it come from?
Well, my aunt was reading a book, and it was in the book, and my mother said I loved it, and that's where I got it.
And that's it? And
that's it.
I'll bet you even from the time when you were a little bitty girl and you went to school, kids say, what is your name again? Or something like
That's
that,
right.
because you were not Nancy or Mary or something.
That's right.
But it's distinctive, and you like it. And your bowling's very distinctive, too, as is this young lady's. But she's rolled 9 in a row, huh? You're about halfway towards the record that was set by a lady named Stacia Zernicke, right?
Yeah, somebody told me that she had won 18 in a row, and said that's something to shoot for.
I'm sure that you are very much aware of that.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you're having a great streak, and she's going to try very hard to stop it. You know that, huh?
It'll be a very good match.
Okay, all right. You're both excellent bowlers,
Thank you.
And we'll get underway right after this. Challenger Shireene LaFortune, high single 175, high triple 454, league average 115. Three, 5, 6, 9, 10 on the right, 7 pin over on the left, 2 pieces of wood. There are still 3 pins standing, the 6 and 10 on the right, the 7 pin over on the left. It's a 9. This is the 5th appearance on our Candlepin program for Shireene. Three pin standing. 2, 8, and 10. Good piece of wood just to the right side of the 2 pin. If she can do it. Well, I'll tell you, she did a beautiful job in taking the 2 and 8 and coming right at it, and that piece of wood just happened to go on too much of a parallel plane. It didn't get to reach the 10. A 9 and a 10 for Shireene. Now, Janet Poch, high single 176, high triple 420, league average 121, and she's won 9 in a row. Looking at 1, 5, 4, 7, and 8. And she made it. So she begins with a spare. Six is the fill. And the 4 pin standing are the 3, 6, 10 plus the 4 pin with no wood to help. Oh, beautifully laid in there in the 3, 6 pocket, but however, trying to get that 4 pin, which is almost on a parallel plane with the 6, is very, very tough. But she makes a 10. Now Shireene. Shireene is representing Ryan Family Amusement of Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Missed the head pin. Has left the 4 horsemen left side, 5 and 8, plus the 10 pin. Ooh, right down the same spot. She winds up with a 7. Shireene at a 571 and winning her roll-off. 5 and 10 are the 2 pins standing. Got just the 5. It's a 10. Janet Poch, our defending champion. Two, 5, and 7. Too bad. Got the 5, left the 2, and the 7. Janet represents Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire, and it will be an 8 box. Good pocket hit, and she winds up with the 7 and the 5 and 7. No, 7 and 9. Nine box. 10. Okay, we pause after 4 boxes of the first and the second string to take a quick check on the scoreboard. And as you can see, after 4 boxes, our defending champion, Janet Poch, is leading 44-36. Our challenger, Shireene LaFortune from North Harwich on Cape Cod. That one was had a little too much English and not enough speed, so that it took the bite pretty well and went off to the left. But she comes back and gets her first mark, a spare. Seven. That's the fill. 1, 3, and 7 pins. Those are the 3 standing. Too bad. She got the 3, but obviously had to get the 1 and then hope to get the 7. 7's still there, so it's a 9. Now Janet Poch. 15th appearance on this program. Currently has won 9 in a row, including last year at the end of the season when she finished undefeated, and then coming back and winning the first 4 in this season. 1, 2, and 4. And yes, well done. almost a hammer. Everything down except the 7. A cluster of pins in front of it. Oh, did she get a lucky break? She missed it completely, sent a piece of wood over, it banged off the sidewall and came back all the way across the lane to take down the 7. Now, Shireene LaFortune, today's challenger. She's looking at 4 horsemen left side and in the opposite corner, the 10-pin. Went too far left. Took out the 4 and 7. It's a 7 box. Now she has a spare leave. 5 and 8 with wood in front of it. Oh, too bad. She only got the 5, didn't get the 8. It's a 9 box. All right, Janet Poch with 2 in a row. Going for $50 in bonus money. Uh-oh, it won't be easy because the 2 pins that could have been used as object pins have both toppled, the 1 and the 2. So she now has 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 7, 9, 10. With some wood. She utilized the wood, but did not get the 10. No bonus money. Not yet. It's a 9. The 3-pin and the 4-pin. Tough to move. Can she do it? Good try. Janet's first appearance on our show was in September of 1988. And as I told you, this is her 15th appearance. Shireene made her first appearance back in 1982. Then there was a gap until 1989 when she came back. Now she's got diamond right. She lost in her first appearance to Tony Marie Baldinelli, then came back and defeated Janice Casey, who was last week's challenger. Beat Debbie Toby, who was on here 4 weeks ago, in the second time, and eventually lost to Sandy Kane. Al Giglio keeping score on the electronic scoreboard as usual. And Keith Williams is keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here in person. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, in his accustomed spot, sitting right there at the lob line, and also watching as our bowlers advance, watching the football line too as they approach, and then, in other words, in control. Don Riley, of course, our statistician and coordinator. Janet Poch has a strike. Phil Rubin, of course, is our producer director. All right, Janet Poch, right now, first bonus ball. So close to getting another. She thought she had it. We thought she had it. It was a perfect 1-3 pocket hit. Boy, No, you wouldn't think there'd been room enough for her to do that, but she went to the left side and actually didn't. The ball, of course, had such force that it never did fall into the gutter, but it didn't get that 7-pin. And so $50 in bonus money goes to our defending champion, Janet Poch, as she has won. Middle string has our defending champion leading off. Here's Janet Poch. Two, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Those are the pins standing. Two and 5 still standing. It's a 10. Two, 4, and 6 pins standing. And 6 still standing. It's a 9. Now our challenger, Shireene LaFortune of North Harwich, Massachusetts. Good right pocket hit, however, 2 pins still standing, the 5 and 10. Made it for the spare. Today's crew is Skip Peabody, Eddie Barron, and the Messrs. Sullivan, Jeff, and Ken. 7 is the fill. 1, 2, 10. Oh, 2 pieces of wood rolling by that 10, but it's still up. A 10. .22 pin lead at the moment. And Janet Poch trying to add to that lead. A spare. Eight is the fill, and an excellent opportunity to make it 2 in a row with a piece of wood right across the 2 standing pins, the 4 and the 7, and he's got it. Now our challenger. Shireene gets no wood to help, and she's looking at 4 horsemen right side plus the 8 pin, and it's a tough one to make. The 8 plus the 6 and 10 still there. 10. Diamond left is what she's looking at with no wood to help. Got half of the diamond. 9. All right, again, after 4 boxes of the middle string, we take a check on the scoreboard with the bonus ball still to be thrown by Janice Poch. She is leading right now 47-46. Now hoping for bonus money with 3 marks in a row, our defending champion. Eight is the fill, but she's got the 5 and 7 to pick up, and 2 pieces of wood are parallel to the pit in front of it. She couldn't really get an angle on that 5 to kick it over, so no bonus right now. Just the 7-pin. It's still there. Tough leave. Got parallel pins in the 4 and 5 and in the 7 and 8. 10 alone over in the corner. 1 piece of wood just to the right of the 5 pin. She did a good job, I'll tell you, because she was able to bang a piece of wood off the sidewall, and it came back, but not strong enough to knock down the 4 and the 7. Good effort. She left the 10-pin. 7-pin, excuse me. She left 1 pin, the 7-pin. Looking at the records of the high-low jackpot, the previous high was $1,875. Shireene has a single pin to pick up now. It's the 6-pin for a spare. Yes! Spare in the 5th. $1,875. That was won by John Zernicke back in October of 1987. Our current high-low jackpot at an all-time high. Too bad. She held the ball too long, and by the time she released it, it went over to the left-hand corner. There are still 3 up. The fill was only 4. And the box is 8. All-time high in our high-low jackpot now, $2,200. Home viewer jackpots at $300. Everything down except the 10-pin. Can she get through it? Nope, it was a roadblock. She left diamond left with no wood to help. Missed the object pin, which was the 2. 2 and 4 still there. A 9 box. Now our challenger. Shireene has the 10-pin rocking back and forth, but it's not going to go down, and the 4-pin was definitely not going to go down. With two pieces of wood in a V, there was some hope for Shireene to bang the left side of the V over to get the 4-pin, but it went behind it. Four, 7, and 10, and two pieces of wood in good position. There's another one behind it, but the two that are out front are angled toward the 10-pin. And she used it perfectly to make the spare. Final two boxes, middle string now for Janet Poch. And our defending champion has a spare leave. 34-pin lead at the moment. And another mark. That puts her in this string at 101 plus whatever she gets on this fill and what she gets in the 10th box. The fill will be 6. The pins standing are the 2, 4, and 7 on the left, the 10-pin on the right. There are 3 pieces of wood scattered around. One in front of the 10, one behind the 2 and 4, and one kind of on a strange angle. But she made it. And 5 more. 122. Now we'll just see what Shireene does as she's working on that spare in the 8th. And here is the fill. She got 5. Across the back, it's a 7, 8, and 10, and then toward her more wood, but the objects are the 1 and 2. Oh. Not quite enough. 7 and 8 still standing. Hit some wood, but unfortunately the wood did not hit the 2 standing pins. So it's an 8. Now the 10th box. This time she has the 4 horsemen on the left side and the opposite corner the 10-pin. Always spectacular when this thing goes, but it's not going to go this time. Nine. So another $50 in bonus money for Janet Poch. She wins the middle string, 122 to 110, and leads the match after 249 to 207. Nice first ball by Shireene LaFortune, today's challenger. 4 and 7 to pick up for a spare, and she has it. 4 horsemen left side, and the 10 pin is what's left, so that means the fill was 5. Three more. 9. Janet Poch, our defending champion, is looking at a spare leave on the right side. It's a triangle. 3, 5, 6. Thought she had it. Got the 3 and 6. 5 refused to go. 10. Another spare leave, this time 6 and 10. She did not miss this one. Our challenger now looking at the 2, 5, 7, and 8 with wood right in back of the 2. Too bad. Everything went down except the 8 pin. And you could tell by the reaction of the folks here that they thought she had the spare. $10. Another spare leave for Shireene. 4 and 8. Yes. Janet Poch filling on a spare. 7. Looking at 1, 2, 10. Well done. 2 in a row. Five. And the 5 still standing are basically a diamond to the right plus the 10 pin. 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10, and the 9 is still there. Now challenger Shireene LaFortune from North Harwich on Cape Cod comes up working on a spare. She didn't like it. The fill is 6, and she has the 4 horsemen left side to try to convert. Missed the head pin. It's still there. Just 3 pins that time, and now 3 standing. 3, 6, 9. Got just one of them, so it's an 8 box. Janet Poch has another spare lead. The 3-pin and the 6 with no wood to help. Too bad, she missed it. Missed the 3, took out the 6. Ten. Strike. Now 4 boxes left for our challenger. 4 boxes to try to do something. She has 4 horsemen left side that she's looking at now to try to convert. And nope. Got the 1 and 2, but the 4 and 7 didn't go. Ten. Everything down except the 10-pin, and there is a piece of wood in front of it. So if she can hit that piece of wood, half of that piece of wood is in the gutter. Obviously, I'm doing this for those of you who are unable to see, but who like to listen to it, and she got it. It stayed on the lane long enough to hit it. Now Janet Poch. And the body English and the stomping of the feet up above worked as down went the 7. Now, yes, she's doubled. Spare on her strike. She didn't like that one, but it's not that bad. She got 6, and she has left the 1, 3, 6, and 9. For 3 in a row, yes. Oh, baby, she came right in that 1-3 pocket with no doubt. Final 2 now for Shireene LaFortune. Yeah, down went the 7-pin, so she's left with just the 5-pin to pick up for a spare. There's a little wood off to the left, 1 piece touching it. And yes. Six, leaving the 1, 3, then the corners full, 7 and 10. Oh, beauty, beauty. Oh, that's well worth looking at again. 1, 3, 7, and 10. Just what you don't need, a spread eagle. It was a great spare. All right, Janet Poch has a bonus streak that is alive right now. And she gets a spread eagle. That took care of the right side. The 3, 6, and 10. Now looking at 2, 4, 7. Oh, beautifully done. I mean, that's great control. Small balls, skinny pins, 60 feet away. Four horsemen right side, plus the 7 and 8. Oh, another beauty. $140. And still another $50 in bonus money for winning the third string. And a fine third string it was for Shireene, but a better one for Janet Poch, who picks up the $50 for winning it. The final score, 389 to 333. You know, we deeply appreciate all of the cards and letters that you send along with some of the nice things you have to say. And also the fact that you sent a lot of cards into our jackpot here. But as you can see, it's getting rather crowded, so it would be kind of nice if we had a winner today. As you know, when we do have a winner, we empty this out and start all over again, and starting all over again at $50 too. And very briefly, what it is we're asking you to send in a card, not a letter, your guess as to what the total pinfall would be, both bowlers combined. On the day that you hope that I reach in there and draw your card, we give you 10 either side of the total. Today's total happens to be 722. So obviously 10 either side of that would win the $300. However, even if it's nowhere near that, the card I draw, the name that is on that card will receive a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. And let's hope now that we do have a winner, because Al Giglio and Keith Williams have a lot of fun emptying this out, throwing these cards at each other. No, that's not. I'm only kidding. And then we start all over again. And the address, by the way, is Candlepin Bowling, WCBB-TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, and the zip is 02192. All right, 722 and 10 either side of that is good for $300. Boy, there's so many in here I can hardly get my fat fingers in here. Okay. Let's see. 722, and this comes from Nashua, New Hampshire, and it's Veronica Farrell, and her guess for the total pinfall is 735. That wasn't nice of me to do that, was it? No. but just 3 away. Okay, so now it's going to be worth $250. All right, enough of the fooling around. We'll get to the big money now, all right? $2,200 in the high-low jackpot. Janet, you pick a lane, and which? You've done that twice now, huh? Okay. Nice and easy. And... oh, no. Shireene, huh?
Oh, well.
Oh, well, huh? All right. You stay here now for a moment. Let's see. You know, isn't that awful? I was going to jip you out of $50 in bonus money, wasn't I? At the end, I was doing the total because you did it in the last 3 boxes, and I got all... oh, well. But oh, well. No, I mean, oh, well, we know we caught it in time. So you will be getting $350 for being our runner-up, $50 in bonus money, and you will be getting this. Now, I'm showing you what it is right now, and then we're going to take it back from you because we're going to have it inscribed. Din Brothers of Boston Holyoke will have the date on it and your name and the match and so forth, so you can put it up on the shelf. And you're a cook. Where are you a cook now?
Orleans Convalescent Nursing Home.
I see. Okay, good. All right. And so it was nice to see you.
It was nice to see you.
And don't stay away, all right?
Thank you.
10 in a row, huh? And you know what second place is, huh? 11 in a row with Tony Marie Baldinelli. Yeah, and
That's one I didn't know.
And Marcel Aiken. They tied at 11. So you got a chance. One more, and you'll be in there. How much money did you make today? $200 in bonus money, plus $700. And you keep scaring those pins down there for 2,200. One of these days. Well, your challenger next week is the former 1990 NBA Ladies Open Singles Champion, Jan Sickenberger. She's going to be fired up because it's her very first appearance on this show, right? And, of course, they always get fired up when they're facing you. Nice trophy from Din Brothers. We'll see you next week. You too. Bye-bye, everybody.